I'm Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bailey. Thanks for watching this extremely late weather webcast. Sorry for the delay as we record this at around 7:15, several hours late. So do apologize, but we do have some updated information for you pertaining to what we will experience over the next 24 to 36 hours. So let's get right to it. First, we'll show you a radar scan at around 7:15, where we're seeing light rain scattered across much of central Illinois. And it's all rain right now. You can see snow. It's out into Iowa. In fact, you see a little bit of that yellow. That's what we have on the color tables here. Possibly that's real heavy snow, maybe even some thunder snow out towards Des Moines, west of Cedar Rapids. So that's where the snow is. Here it's all rain. Temperatures are going to be warm enough all night long to support that. But look how massive this system is. It stretches from now moving into northwestern Indiana and western Michigan all the way into eastern Colorado. Still heavy snow falling in Kansas, much of Nebraska, and then Iowa's really under the gun right now. Let's take a peek on some of our cameras real quick. First stop will be our Farmers Insurance cam in Peoria. Everything looking fine. We're starting to see a little bit of rain developing just south of town. And uptown normal, everything is dry on our Cook's Auto Body cam. And over in Pontiac right now, again, very quiet over in Livingston County. Here are some of the reporting stations. Everybody above freezing. We're in the upper 30s to around 40. And temperatures are actually going to warm up a little bit as we head through the overnight tonight. In fact, we're calling for nearly steady temperatures through the mid to late evening hours. And then we'll actually warm up 5 or 10 degrees as we head, it looks like, from midnight to 7 a.m. So that, again, that's going to support all rain. Maybe even a rumble of thunder for some counties down to the south. Wouldn't be surprised. Here are the watches and warnings that are now in effect. The counties you see in red, that would be a blizzard warning. So that stretches from eastern Colorado all the way up into Wisconsin. Much of Iowa now under a blizzard warning. Here locally, we have several counties that are under some type of advisory or a warning. Peoria, Marshall, Stark, Knox, Fulton, McDonough, and Warren under a winter weather advisory that goes in effect through tomorrow afternoon into the evening. And then winter storm warnings in effect for tonight into tomorrow night for the I-80 corridor. So Kewaunee and then up towards Bureau County, Putnam County, and LaSalle County. Over in LaSalle, Peru, you're under that winter storm warning. Now, temperatures are going to be warm when you wake up tomorrow morning. We'll hit our high around 9 o'clock, I think, around 50, and then the temperatures will start to crash as we head into the midday. Around noon, we're in the upper 30s, and then by the mid-afternoon hours, we're below freezing, and that's when we'll start to see that transition from rain to snow. 31 at 2 o'clock, 27 at around 4 o'clock, so by the evening drive, I think all precipitation that's falling will be of the frozen variety. So here we go, timing it out on Futurecast. Again, rain starting to pick up mid to late evening, midnight, light to moderate showers possible. This will continue into, it looks like, early Thursday morning, although we may catch a little bit of a dry period. And then as we get to the late morning hours, you'll see that snow starting to work on the back end of this low that's going to push off to our north and east. By 3 o'clock, we may see a little bit of a mixed bag here in Peoria. Maybe still rain out towards the I-55 corridor, out to the west, all snow. And then I think all of us see snow probably around evening drive time, and that will continue through the mid-evening hours. And then around midnight, maybe 1 o'clock, a lot of this starting to scoot off towards the east. The model projections aren't very high as far as the snowfall accumulation goes. And one thing that you have to consider in this situation is temperatures, again, are right now around 40. We're going to get close to 50. We haven't had a lot of winter, or we haven't had any winter weather for this season thus far. And temperatures have been very, very mild for much of the month of December. So the ground, again, in turn, is very mild as well. And it's going in, and with that, it's going to take a while for the snow to actually accumulate on the ground. We may actually see more than a half an inch to an inch of snow falling throughout the day, but because of the ground being so warm, I think accumulations are going to be less than an inch for a lot of us, especially along Interstate 74 and south. Further north, you may be dealing with around 1 inch to 2 inches. The further northwest you go, you'll get higher amounts. Again, this could change. I don't think it's going to be likely this close to the event. I know many people were hoping for more, but again, I think the ground is just far too warm. But we do have more chances as far as snow goes, possibly next week. I'm not going to focus in on that right now. We're going to talk about just this storm in particular, and then later this week we'll talk about the possibilities of maybe some more snow a little bit after Christmas. I think the big story tomorrow is going to be the winds, especially when it is snowing. And if it's snowing at a light to moderate pace, we're going to be talking about wind speeds of 20 to 30 miles per hour, gusts up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. And if it's snowing moderately, that could leave us with whiteout conditions, even if we don't have snow on the ground. So that is going to make travel very difficult, especially for the evening drive. Many schools are done tomorrow for winter break. Some of you may be leaving to go out of town for the holiday. It may be a little bit nasty tomorrow night because of, again, those winds. That's going to be, I think, the big story tomorrow. High wind warning in effect for counties east of the Illinois River, although I think everywhere that is in our viewing area is under the gun for some of these high winds. Big story then coming late tomorrow night. Once the snow is gone, the winds still keep up. They may settle down a little bit, but it will be rather windy and temperatures are going to crash. Overnight lows will be in the mid-teens, so we're talking wind chills well into the single digits. Futurecast going into around 8 above by 4 a.m., 9 above at 8 a.m., so it is going to be an extremely cold start for Friday morning if you're heading off to work to get ready for the weekend. Here's the 8-day briefly again. We're going to touch more on this deeper in the next week. We'll talk about this later this week and into the weekend as well. But right now, the holiday's not looking too bad. Friday, again, it's going to be a cold start and will be chilly throughout the day with highs in the upper 20s. Low 30s Saturday and Sunday, and will stay low 30s Monday and Tuesday. So Christmas Eve, Christmas Day look to be dry. The next storm system possibly to come in here that could give us another round of snow would be Wednesday. We're not real certain on the track or the timing of that, so we're not going to talk too much about that to be certain. But certainly we'll keep an eye on that as we head over the next couple of days. That'll do it for your weather webcast on this very late Wednesday evening. We'll have updates on our blog. Also, we'll keep you updated on everything that's going on our social networks, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And if you're local to us here in Central Illinois, we'd love for you to join us on WMBD 31 News tonight at 10. I'm Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bailey. Have a great evening.